It mightn't feel like it with so many crossovers on the market these days, but hatchbacks actually still sell really, really well here in Ireland. So this is the Renault Megane GT Line, and you pay a bit extra for the GT Line, but in my opinion, and hopefully yours watching, it's really, really worth it. This model of the car costs just over €27,000, and in this video I'll give you a look at some of the trim you get for that money, what the inside is like, and although it looks great, does the performance back it up? Let's go find out. So one of the first things that you notice in the car are these ginormous, really pronounced bolsters on the side of these bucket seats. They're a nod to what the car could be if it had a beefier engine up front. And later on in the video I'll be giving you a demonstration of actually how you can have some fun with it. Now there's tons of tech as standard: Apple CarPlay and Android, DAB radio and streaming for Bluetooth, all coming as standard. Lane departure and all such gadgets can be controlled at a fairly easy touch of a touchscreen. And then you have this steering wheel which feels great when you're chucking it around corners. There's even nice little touches around the gear shifter, little bits of blue and stitching and perforation. Plenty of headspace, decent leg room for rear passengers. Definitely two passengers, very, very comfortable. Middle thing, there's a bit of a rise the way the seats are designed, and there's quite a large transmission tunnel. Something to bear in mind if you've got bigger passengers at the back. There is a 12-volt charger in here, but sadly, no USBs. Oh, and there's two Isofix, of course, just in case you need to keep the babas extra secure in the back when you're having fun. I was having fun that got you in that mess in the first place, wasn't it? So what's the boot space like? Well, let's go take a look. There's a very discreet lever opener for the boot here, so you don't see it as you're looking at the back of the car. Lends itself to the sleek lines very, very well. And then as you can see here, there's no problem fitting a few bags, several in fact, into the boot. It's quite deep as well. There's a fairly big lip here. And the two rear seats, which are 60/40, roll forward. If you want to do that, however, you've got to reach around in here and pull the seats forward. There's no way of doing it from within the boot. Sorry. So, a good looking practical hatchback in the form of the Renault Megane GT Line. So far so good. But what's it like to drive? Let's take a spin and find out. So the seating position of the car is quite low down. Obviously there's height adjustable driver's seats in the front, but it kind of feels natural enough to be sitting at this level. I don't think you'd want to be much higher. And it's all very revvy, you know. I drove this same engine in the Megane Grand Coupe, and there's plenty of performance in it. It likes to rev, and these bucket seats really grip you into place. As another car reviewer said to me, they're the kind of seats that remind you haven't been to the gym in about 2 months. Yeah, they're very firm and supportive, and head area is nice and supportive as well, and the bolsters are class, so they have a real sporty feel. It's basically what I imagine certain parts of the Megane RS are like, just without all the action up front under the bonnet, because there's little touches around the door trims that kind of give you an emphasis of it's a sporty trim. So speed sign recognition is there, automatic braking is there, lane departure comes with this model in GT Line spec as well. In fact, all of the Megane lineup comes fairly generously spec'd, especially when it comes to safety features. So the thing with this car is it's going to be a little bit easier to insure than a lot of other performance looking hatchbacks. Key is looking there. But if you're someone who wants to impress, have something a bit flash, doesn't want to get the usual run-of-the-mill of crossovers that are around, and you are into having something a bit sportier like a 5-door hatch, this ticks a lot of boxes. Yes, there's things like the Ford Focus and the Volkswagen Golf, of course. This kind of undercuts them at this level of spec. It's quite a quiet car inside, well insulated from the external world, and the road noise is actually very pleasant, particularly for a car that is on 18-inch wheels, which this one is in the GT Line. The standard one is 16, and normally with more expensive and soft tyres you get quite a bit of road noise. And then there's performance. So it revs till 80-90 kilometers an hour in second gear should you want it to. It handles fairly well, so there is definitely a fun factor in this car. Obviously it's not mated to the RS engine. That would be absolutely incredible, but you will get fun and thrills out of this car, and it gives a lot of punch. Handling wise as well, it has reasonable levels of grip, and yeah, it's kind of inviting you on to have a little bit of fun. So probably weren't expecting that, but this car has that. Hit subscribe and the bell button for a notification next time we do a video here on Nobby on Cars. If you haven't done so already, if you have, thank you. It's very much appreciated, and I'll see you on the next episode.